Okay, here we go. How about Patan? Did you read the news today, Jeffrey? I can't bear to read one more article in the paper about Patan and Russia.
I know. Vladimir's been such a naughty boy.
You're such a naughty, naughty Russian, Patan.
Okay.
There it goes. I can't bear to hear one more word about Russia.
Yeah, that's all people will talk about now.
That's the cool new thing that they're keeping that news outlets are, keeping their ratings going with.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good hot topic for him.
Come on, just go to war. Come
on, use your army.
Send the Americans in to kill them all, please.
Why won't the Americans, who we hate, to go to Russia to save the Ukraines, to save the Ukraines? Why won't all Americans and Russians just kill each other?
I don't have much to add to that.
Sorry, I stole all of the ones we thought of. I have to gotta think to... How do I get rid of you?
I don't know.
No.
It's messed up. But it's not us this time. Probably.
Oh, it's still putting the cursor right in the middle of it as well. I need to figure out how to get it to turn the cursor off.
What? Because you resized the screen?
Oh my gosh. If this gets any more messed up, I'm going to restart the stream.
Yeah. Anyway. So, should we keep going or?
Yeah, whatever. Just
ignore the.
What are we gonna start on this time?
I don't know. So, I wanted to talk about tomboys.
There we go.
Oh, you fixed it.
Got rid of it. Okay.
They wanted us to talk about tomboys.
That's a sign we need to talk about tomboys.
Yeah. So everyone likes tomboys.
All straight men. My scientific analysis, and I am a qualified scientist.
Of course.
I am a scientific source.
Look, it's back.
Oh, it appears between levels. I just got all bent out of shape over it for no reason. Okay. Any straight man, any man who's 100% straight likes tomboys. So if you don't like tomboys, you might be straight, but not 100%.
Wait. If you don't like them?
If you don't like tomboys,
straight.
Well, you're not 100% straight.
Okay.
You might still prefer women. You might be 50 or 60 or 65%.
65% straight?
Yeah. But if you're 100%, actually, if you're like 90% or more straight, then you must like tomboys. That's a scientific law.
Yeah. Well, tomboys are scientifically proven to be more desirable than, what do you say, normal women? Normal women.
Right.
I do have a source for that. It is the Perception of Androgyny and Physical Attractiveness. Two is Better Than One, Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, blah, 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 by Jackson.
What's two's better than one?
It's my source.
Oh, is that the name of the thing?
Yeah, basically it says, well, people quote it, well, not very many people, but I've seen it quoted incorrectly because it claims that
Should I bother trying?
personality, yeah, do it. Personality-wise,
I knew that was going to happen. Hold on, let me give it another go.
having an androgynous or feminine personality is considered better.
Androgynous or feminine?
Yes.
For women?
Considered more attractive. Yep.
Okay.
Well, it's for
Wouldn't
both.
androgynous be the opposite of feminine?
No, because it's not masculine. But basically, the idea is that having traits of both men and women, personality-wise, is more attractive than if you were just only feminine.
Is this only for women or for men as well?
This is for both.
Okay.
However, I think people, when they hear this, or if they see it, like if they see a person who is like this and they say, wow, that person's really attractive, they emulate it, but they emulate it wrong. So you see the NB types, the non-binarians. So it'll be a biological woman, and then she'll say, wow, that tomboy's really attractive. I must copy her and dye my hair green and shave my head.
Oh, and like act like a lesbian.
Yeah, like a bitch. Well, no.
That's
like
true.
an androgynous
There is.
douchebag.
Some people have mentioned. Oh, I did it. Oh, I almost did. Okay, I did it. I did.
Yeah, so
Don't dare me to do really hard things on this game because I'm going to do it. Oh, nice! It puts a little landmine every time you get one of them.
I think it's behind it. Anyway.
Yeah, I think there are other reasons as well. They want, we're talking about the big they, don't want tomboys. They want, kids, Zoomers going around thinking that they're whatever gender, or the opposite gender of the one of their biological sex, and so you know what they do to the tomboys. They tell the tomboys that's good enough.
Yeah.
Yep. They tell the tomboys. They tell the tomboys, you're not a cute girl, you're a man. That's what they're doing to the tomboys. Question is, are you, listener, well, this would be toward the male listeners, are you bad enough to go out and save the tomboys?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that I think it's a harder thing to articulate to people because, I mean, a lot of people think a tomboy and they're just like, oh, it's a lady who doesn't dress correctly, or it's the non-binary trigender pyro wolf deal.
I suppose you'd need a certain type of personality.
Like
Most, yeah, I realized what was going on after it was too late. To go against the grain in general, and this would be one of them. I think everyone, but maybe women in particular, are susceptible to what does society consider to be appropriate and or desirable. So if they got a lot of pushback against a certain lifestyle.
Yep. You have to be either an alpha or an extreme autist in order to resist that sort of social pressure.
An alpha woman. Does alpha woman exist?
Yes, but it's not what people think either. Because I think when people think alpha woman, they imagine like a cunt.
Wait, we're keeping this family friendly. We're keeping this PG-13.
Well, you know, like she uses I don't know, her anger to get what she wants.
Yeah.
That's not what alpha men do. Why would an alpha woman, like, guys trying to be alpha do that, and it's the same thing with women. When someone tries to be alpha and they're not,
They're
they
just
they
angry
just
and
yeah,
go around lashing out at everyone around them.
yeah, yell at them. Why isn't this done?
Is oh, I've gotta get it to live first.
It's a couple seconds.
Is the audio on this? Because I don't hear anything.
Turn it up. It's pretty low. You can use the buttons on there. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Well, that's good. Now that we're 10 minutes in.
That's all right. We've been hanging on by our fingernails this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's worth continuing. I think we can still salvage it. To all of our viewers.
All one of them.
Yes. Which is totally not that tablet. To our one viewer.
That's okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to announce this ahead of time. I think either I'm retarded or that feature is not given to all YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these ones are fun. This generates a dude who comes to try and have his way with your body.
He comes to eat your ass.
Oh, that creates them recursively as well.
Huh.
That's really annoying. Okay, well. Anyway.
It's different from Meat Boy in that,
Wait.
like, you slide a lot more.
Gotta think it through. Yeah, big scientist brain work in here. You don't actually have to do that right at the start. Now I just have to stay in front of him.
He's a funny looking fella. Oh, you can't.
Okay, big scientist brain failed me. You know what? That's way too much effort, though. I don't care enough to do that. Maybe I would off stream. I won't torture you guys with that crap, though. What were we talking about?
Tomboys.
Oh yeah, I think Here Comes Globo Homo again. You know the trait or the behavior that they're trying to encourage in women. Not necessarily being tomboyish, but I guess tomboy adjacent. It's like the strong, independent woman, like I don't know. What's a good example? I was going to say Black Widow, but she's actually not terrible. I'm not terribly bothered by her character. I should have died, but I got through that.
You're supposed to use the walls.
I don't think so. It's just, I'm starting to get into the slightly harder ones now. My happy place in this game, not happy, but what I usually do in this game is stuff that is going to make my hair fall out early. So on these maps that only take me 1 or 2 tries, it's still pretty easy. They're, I think, like the Captain Marvel kind of woman. You see a lot of these. She's a particularly...
That's a good example of the incorrect alpha when that scene where like she
I've got to go on the outside.
takes a guy's motorcycle.
I actually didn't watch that. I should give an example that I've actually seen. I'm only basing that off of what other people told me. I did see clips of it, I guess.
Yeah, she basically just mugs a guy with her superpowers.
She beats him up and takes his motorcycle.
Yeah, she breaks his arm and then takes his motorcycle.
Just some dude? Was he
Yeah,
being
he
an asshole
told
or
her to
something?
smile.
Oh my God.
Which I guess this is like a fantasy that many women have because unattractive men have told them to smile in the past, so...
I don't even know if that's even real. The smile thing, I've only ever heard of that from feminist and liberal propaganda.
Yeah.
The come on honey, let's see a smile. You're not fully dressed without a smile.
Maybe if you lived in a big city, you would encounter this.
Yeah, anyway, I've never seen it. Maybe we live in a nice place, but I've never... I got pissed when I was a teenager when people told me to smile, because my resting face is a somewhat glum expression. I don't know. I didn't know that was like a thing that men said to women though, and I feel like it's a thing that they just made up, like part of their.
No, I think it's true. Just.
All right. Well, anyway, I managed to get it, and I'm gonna die.
The point is, I don't think you should break someone's arm over that.
So, okay, so the dude told her.
Property.
The dude told her to smile.
Yeah, in the movie, she's like an alien or something, and then she's at a bar, and a guy on a motorcycle pulls up, and he's like, "Hey, give me a smile," or whatever. I'm doing a bit. I'm paraphrasing, obviously.
Okay.
Because that movie was horrible, and it was so bad that I repressed it a little bit.
That was a couple of years ago now. That was like 2018, I think.
And then she does smile, but she then breaks his arm and asks for his bike. I think she threatens to kill him, right?
But, yeah, I know.
That's the hero that they made, and they had a focus group. Well, women like this character. Oh no.
I'm sure a very specific type of woman likes that character.
Yeah. Like
Tumblr girls.
The Tumblr.
What used to be Tumblr, and Tumblr girls don't exist now. Now they're all on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of woman. We're mixing.
Yeah.
We're very.
You can't call them women because it has the word name. It has the word men in it.
You can't say human either.
Humane.
You can't say person. Actually.
You can't say humane because that has man in it.
Mm.
And you can't say manatee because that has man in it.
You can't say person.
Why? Is that sun?
Sun, yeah. You have to spell it with a Y. But when you say it phonetically, it doesn't really sound any different. Persian. Persixin.
Like Latinx.
Yeah.
Latinx.
Latinx. Latinx. Persexin.
Do you like Latinx?
I'm pro Latinx. So anyway, yeah, that's the kind of women they're encouraging women to be. Mm-hmm. I think there is one of the goals of the big bad people who are behind the media and such.
The hedge fund people.
The hedge fund people, yeah. And the people who are most of the directors and producers in Hollywood.
Yeah.
One of their goals is to get men and women to hate each other. And that's by getting men to behave like those guys you see on 4chan who are to get women to like you, you have to punch them in the face every day. Or women don't have emotions, only men have emotions, those kinds of guys. We know a couple of those. I think it's somewhat successful, and it's successful on the other side too. Is they want women to behave like, Tumblrettes, be fat and disgusting. And here's a good example. That picture you sent me the other day. There's some subreddit called Female Dating Strategy.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind giving a plug for them if you're the kind of woman who would enjoy the type of stuff that they say, you may as well be there with all of the other wastes of human life. Had this chart. It showed on one side male bodies and on the other side female, with 3 rows.
Yeah.
With the top one was these big bodybuilder looking guys. The second one's guys who I guess /fit would call otter mode or something, and the third one's kind of fat guys. And then same thing on the women's side, very athletic, and then
The second row was still like hot girls. Like they still had an hourglass figure
Yeah.
and were thin. And well, I guess the same for the men as well, though. And then the third one was fat, disgusting women. And on the men's side, it said something like, oh, it gave me a thing. What is that? I haven't seen that before in this game. It's kind of cool. It's maybe it's my headband. Oh, there's a thing right there. I'm used to the Flash game, actually. I've spent unknown hours on that, probably close to 1,000 hours on the Flash game version of this.
Yeah. We missed so much class because of that Flash game.
I first played that on our friend's laptop back when we were in middle school.
Yeah, because you could download the .swift file or whatever.
Oh, could you? I just played it on Addicting Games or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I've been playing this game for probably 16 or 17 years. And I've spent many hundreds of hours on it, which is unfortunate. Everyone live like me. Be a degenerate. Okay. The chart, yeah, on the left side, it calls the big bodybuilders, it's called them like something like possible high value men.
Yeah.
So you don't know until they have 6 figures and 6 inches, but they're potentially high value just by being like a bodybuilder who probably goes to the gym 5 days a week and takes supplements and stuff.
Supplements like Tren. Is Tren a supplement?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's
They take
it's farm. It's a supplement for farm animals to give them
That's
more
right.
muscles.
That's
Yeah.
right, you told me that. Oh, I didn't see that.
But yeah, guys will take it, and it increases mass. So
I feel like that might have some unforeseen side effects.
like getting bitches.
Like getting jacked,
Like
those kind of side effects.
and also stopping your heart. But
Okay.
Hey,
Have a
guys
window of
will
about
go
5 minutes.
through great lengths to become
my
a
gosh.
high value man for
A potential high value.
for these 600-pound
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. I'll get to.
non-pick-me women.
Yeah. Then on the women's side, they call the men who are like slightly less buff and still look like models. Honestly, low value men.
Yeah.
And then the fat guys were scrotes, which apparently is an old word, but I just barely learned it. But I looked it up on Urban Dictionary, and the earliest entries were from like 2003. So I guess it said like jerk, like waste of space. So I guess now these women are recycling that word to define this specifically. A man who's not worth their presence. Their valuable presence. Okay, and then on the female side, the like athletic looking girls were called pick-me's, which apparently means a girl who will like do anything for male attention. This one's a little
Like
better.
going to the gym and dieting correctly.
Yeah, changing her lifestyle to meet unrealistic body standards.
Like
To-
only eating 2,000 calories a day.
Just to get a man, just to get a scrote to like her. And then the fat women were called queens. So
Naturally.
these I assume that is the category that most of the women who browse this subreddit fall into. And they, I guess, probably look like the bottom right corner of that chart, and they think that they're all going to get these bodybuilder men. And I was like, this kind of seems like the female equivalent of men who like fat, like neckbeard archetype internet guy who like
A mall ninja.
has a mall ninja who like has a anime waifu. Except I think even they're a cut above because they would at least confess that their fantasy is just a fantasy, whereas all of these girls like seem to actually have the delusion that they're going to get a man who's a bodybuilder and like has some kind of super high paying job and
Yeah.
such.
Well, I mean, that's what you're kind of taught as a young age, is that you should, like, your partner should just accept you for just cause, you know?
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know.
I mean, there is like some truth to that. Like, not everything should be just your looks, but you do have to put like a minimal amount of effort into.
I would say when you are in a committed relationship with someone, you should love them just for them, regardless of anything else. So if like you married a hot girl and then she got in like a horrible car crash and was like horribly scarred from it, like you shouldn't be like, oh well, you're not hot anymore, so you don't match my market value, so we're getting divorced or whatever.
Yeah, but in that case, there's nothing she could have done about that. If you're
Right, it's
not
not her
eating
choice as well.
correctly,
That's true. That's also true. Yeah, if you should. I think in the ideal relationship, people should be thinking more about their partner than about themselves. Maybe that's too much to ask for nowadays, but you should think.
I'm not sure I've seen that. But
I would like to believe that that's the case.
well, maybe like
Some of the time.
okay, after you're established, but like you're not going to become like you're not going to get a partner if you don't.
Right. Yeah, that's why I'm saying is to get in the door, first of all, you have to bring certain things to the table. I've
Like-
seen guys who are guilty of this as well.
But you don't bring an extra 200 pounds to the table unless you're British.
I've seen guys who are guilty of this as well. I won't just peg this on the girls who are like, they fall in love with this girl who's always hot. It's always a hot girl. And it's like, oh my gosh, she's the one. And they're like, well, you should, I'm just so nice. Like, I'm such a great guy. You should love me.
He goes around wearing like basketball shorts. It doesn't comb his hair or anything.
Yeah. Which, look, being nice is great, but if I were to ask you, I know this has been beaten to death, like r/nice guys, etc., but that's great, but if somebody asked you what do you want in a woman, probably just that she's nice and treats me well probably isn't the first thing that you say. Maybe that'd be one of them. That's something highly sought after nowadays when it's becoming more of a rarity. But yeah, like there has to be there's some level of, you know, I want these traits in a partner, and I have.
I mean, people have preferences for all kinds of things. It's like, you don't think health is one of them?
Yeah. Bro, you can be healthy at any size. Some people just, I don't know, they have like fat storage that is just there.
What did you say to me, scrote?
What's the female equivalent of a scrote? What do you think they'd say if you asked them that?
Well, I guess biologically it'd be an ovary. You ova?
No. Oh, well, no, I meant like metaphorically, not like.
Like an already existing term.
No, what would be a woman? What would be the woman equivalent of a scrote? Not necessarily just the word that you call them, but like what is a woman who is on the same level of a scrote? You couldn't say it's a pick-me because ain't no pick-me gonna date a scrote. Maybe that's what they think. Like the girls who like will do anything for men, they're just gonna like marry some guy who's like, maybe some of them do, especially in the South. Marry a guy with like a beer gut who's a loser and sits around watching football all day. Oh, I should have gotten the coins first. Oh, well.
I don't know what you.
They wouldn't. Oh, I think I accidentally did the same one. Ah, gosh. Stupid Bluetooth keyboard.
Are we switching?
No, I accidentally went to the same level that I just did.
Oh. Yeah.
Because they would, like, obviously the female equivalent of a scrote is what they call a queen. You know, it takes a special level of mental gymnastics to look at these bodies, and the females who they call queens look exactly the same as the males who they call scrotes, and they somehow think that it's different.
Well, I don't know why you'd call yourself queen at all. I don't know.
Because they're living in a delusion and they want to believe that they're high value in the dating market when they clearly aren't.
Well, it's like people don't like people who call themselves like princess. It's like, why do you think queen would be better?
Yeah, that's true. I guess narcissism is considered normal.
Because it's
in
already
society.
the negative stereotype around princess already exists.
Yeah, that's true. Queen. So I guess it's
Queen's a fresh term.
It's fresh.
Hasn't been.
Beaten to death.
I mean, it kind of has. Like,
Well, now it has. I think that's another thing that is being normalized in our culture. Oh, what?
are you avoiding the gold?
Are those are gold? What? I thought they were mines. Okay, let me do this again. That's way too bad. I can't live with that. I thought those were freaking mines, even though there are other mines that are clearly blue. Do you think that appeared inside of the stream?
I told you to turn it off.
Yeah, I didn't care enough to. It's okay. I know if one person doesn't have their friends list visible, it's Das bullshit. That's right. I'm friends with a famous person.
Yeah.
Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh yeah.
We should talk about something else though.
Narcissism is being normalized, especially in, like, I guess, cultural movements that are considered to be egalitarian somehow. So if you're like in a feminist group, then it's like, oh yeah, we're all queens here. I'm a queen, you're a queen.
I mean, I guess guys still sometimes call each other kings.
Yeah. It seems to be ironic most of the time,
Yeah.
but I think maybe we'd be less inclined to say it in an unironic context.
My king. Yeah, I
You
mean,
dropped your
maybe,
crown. Like if you said you dropped your crown, king, would you say it like in a non-funny way?
I would say that if someone dropped their Burger King.
If you were on an airplane and the guy dropped his plastic Burger King crown.
Yeah. King, you dropped this.
Oh, thank you. Wouldn't want to forget that.
I actually don't know the context of that one. Did he just refuse to wear a mask or what?
The guy on the airplane?
Mm-hmm.
No, he was
Did
saying.
he say gamer words?
He said gamer words. Yeah, he said gamer words.
I forgot there's fall damage in this.
I thought I could negate it. Oh, got it. I did it that time. Yeah, it's an issue of impulse though. So if it's at an angle and you're moving in that direction, then you can subvert it.
I see.
Anyway, yeah, we can change the subject. I think we've beaten that one to death by now. I'm not like a woman hater or MGTOW or whatever. I would say I'm even somewhat more optimistic about women than the average man. Partly because I think that it's a very inorganic, oh man, maybe I can't fall all the way down, psyop sort of deal. But yeah, it is something I observe.
Yeah.
Very, very disgusting behavior, very shameful.
Well, I mean, it's made worse from I don't know, I guess media that tries to tell people that, you know, you can just let yourself go and people should love you regardless. But it's made worse too by men looking at porn and then having these extremely high expectations. So it's a nice
Yeah,
division, pushing
Probably-
in both directions.
our fantasy depictions of relationships aren't helping, as we all think that we're going to have someone fall out of the sky into our life without any effort on our part, and they're going to come and save us and fix all of our problems. And it'll be like, regardless, probably anime is even as or more guilty of it than Western stuff, 'cause there's always like a loser and he gets teleported to some other world, and then he's with this like 10 out of 10 hot chick who just loves him for no reason and like fixes all his problems. I don't think that's a uniquely and that's not a uniquely Japanese thing either, though.
Right. So I also wanted to complain about society some more in that
We do live in
phones-
one.
Yeah, we do. Everyone has a phone now, and phones are not as good as they could be, in my opinion. Because phones are designed for you to throw them away after, or at least get rid of them after 2 years,
Mm.
and
Intentionally,
no
right?
other like piece. Yeah, like
Forced obsolescence.
yeah, they slow it down on purpose. They fill it up with bloatware over time, and the phone gets worse and worse. Even though, like, most phones have pretty impressive hardware in them. Like, most phones are probably better than this laptop I have in front of me. Not yours, but mine.
I just had a thought. Where is my mouse? That mouse has probably been right in the center of the screen this whole time. Next week I'm going to figure out how to turn the mouse off. Very, very annoying.
No, it's gone now, see?
Yeah, but it still shows up in the stream, I think. Oh, I just died while I wasn't looking. Oh no, it does disappear.
Well,
Didn't do it on Meat Boy last week. Well, whatever, that's a relief. I just died. After all that effort.
die, libtard. Anyway,
Okay.
phones suck.
Forced obsolescence. Oh, you can get in there. Probably not worth trying, but I'm going to anyway.
They have hardware in them that, you know, laptops used to have equivalent hardware, you know? Like,
There's no way.
there's phones with, like, what, 16
Oh my gosh,
gigabytes
I
of
did it.
RAM at this point?
Gotta believe. Never give up. Never give up. Now watch me die to some stupid thing.
Hey, we're talking about phones.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you. Go ahead.
Phones! They're bad. They're bad. And, I mean, so, like, Apple doesn't include chargers with their new phones anymore. Like the, you know, 120 to 5 volt adapters.
You have to buy it separately.
Yeah.
You
And
have to
they're-
pay a subscription to
Yeah, the
own it.
reasoning is like, oh, we're saving the world by not making, you know, we're not using, you know, maybe a quarter of an ounce of plastic making these AC adapters. However, their whole business model revolves around, you know, destroying the phones. After 2 years, you replace it, and then you get a new one that, in a lot of situations, is worse than the old ones. You don't have an AC adapter, or not an AC adapter. You don't have a headphone jack on most new phones these days.
I think maybe it didn't display the Steam overlay. I'm gonna confirm that later.
I didn't see
I
it.
got all worked up over nothing. Well, I was watching it because I saw another one of my friends show up, and that one might have actually been put, but I think it might have not. Anyway,
Yeah, I suppose people would call it greedy capitalism, but I don't know. It's just Apple doing whatever we let them do. So
I'm like, everyone, I think socialists never miss an opportunity to point at capitalism every time one of these super corrupt big companies does stuff that super corrupt big companies do. Okay, I saw it show up again. Let's watch it this time and see if you see it show up on the corner. It's like that human greed is a fact of life, and it only depends how much your system is capable of countering it, which in the case of socialism, it manifests in the form of consolidated power in the government, and then it inevitably turns into some kind of tyranny.
Well, yeah, it's like you're not getting rid of the problem. You're just moving the corruption to the government instead of in a corporation. Because at least with a corporation, you don't have to buy whatever they're selling.
Yeah.
You don't have to buy an iPhone. I mean, you might think you have to.
These big companies are always affiliated with the government.
Yeah.
You always see. There are all sorts of pictures of all the Silicon Valley giant CEOs hanging out together. This is going to be one of those annoying, complicated levels, isn't it? Oh, I've been going for like a half hour. Should we switch to you?
Yeah, sure.
I don't think...
Back to static. I didn't see the pop-up, so... Steam pop-up.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, let's see if this goes smoother than it has in the past.
With the controller.
Got Yoshi's Island. I'm going to be a mega backseat gamer for Jeff here because this is one of my favorite games ever. I played this game so many times when I was a kid.
Oh, my anxiety.
I have to turn the volume down a little bit. Sorry.
The combination of a baby crying and like the countdown timer gives me anxiety.
You have to shoot him.
Yeah.
Is this really the intro level?
Yeah.
This is harder than I remembered. I thought it just had like a little tiny part. You have to get all the flowers.
Why?
Cause so you won't, if you don't get all the flowers, then it won't show you having all the flowers in your final score. That's the only thing that affects. It literally doesn't do anything other than that.
That's not like the life or anything.
No, they don't. They do not give you anything. It's only your score. But you want to score, don't you?
No.
So.
I'm just trying to beat it.
Where were we going with phones? I don't know. These big companies break them on purpose after a certain amount of time.
Well, I mean, everyone's complaining about e-waste, but then, like, you're expected to replace your phone after 2 years. And I just don't understand it. I just don't understand.
Explain, America, explain. Those give you more time. Those do actually have a real benefit. Now we'll count down from 15 instead.
I need to switch jump. And
Oh, that's what flowers do. I take it back. They give you a higher chance. Oh my gosh. No.
why do you even have that on there?
I don't know. It's better than just Windows Defender, I guess.
Yeah, Malwarebytes
Yeah.
popped up. I
Yeah.
don't think this
Keeps trying to update and then it won't do it whenever I tell it. I lost my train of thought.
Phones are bad. I mean, probably the only bad thing is the battery, which we cannot replace. So, you know,
phones
there's
are
no way to recycle it.
Phones are the most top-down organized, like non-organic technology there maybe is.
Non-organic?
Yeah, by organic I mean like very organic would be like Linux, where anybody can make their own changes to the operating system, basically. So Windows, I would say, used to be more so, but is less so now.
I mean,
Apple's like the opposite of organic, where they'll like sue you if you run a shop and fix people's phones. Yeah, if you replace the operating system, they'll like come to your house and violate your body. And if people have been sued by Apple, like
ground pound?
press down while you're in the air. There you go.
Has to be a pure down.
You need to play a game that you're good at next time. Actually show off your skills to the people.
What am I good at?
And yeah, Apple is like the opposite of an organic. Oh yeah, I was saying like they sue people. They sue tech shops who fix people's iPhones so that they don't have to go get a new one. If you take it to, I guess they want people to take it to an Apple store, so they can charge you like $100 to open it and change the battery or something like that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's more than $100.
You think? I heard it was like 50, and I was being facetious. That's probably. I'm sure
that's
to get
the labor.
To get a new battery, yeah, probably. Yeah, if it's just like opening it up and tightening a screw, it's probably $50.
So I'm not supposed to fall down.
Yeah, you were supposed to stay. You're supposed to stay up. I think you have to go back now.
It's like a hologram. I got a life though.
Yeah, I'm sure if they had to actually replace the battery, they're like, well, it's more economically feasible to just get the new iPhone.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Really? I was just joking. They say that.
Yeah.
Oh, you hit that block and it becomes big.
Jump it.
That's a special block.
I thought you threw it.
You don't see very many of those. They only appear every now and then. I think they kind of forgot about them later in the game. You gotta go the other way. I'm pretty sure.
How do you what?
Go back toward the start and go that way. Yeah.
I see.
It makes you go all the way back.
You know, that would have had if there was some kind of indicator there.
They don't hold your hand in old games. That's an invention of new video games. In old games, they just say "fuck you," figure it out.
Yeah.
I played a year or so ago. We cracked out our old PS2, which we couldn't really use for a while because the CD tray wouldn't open. But my brother and I took it apart and managed to fix it somehow. And my youngest brother, who's 8 years younger than me, so his first experience with video games was like the Nintendo Wii and the DS maybe, probably like the 3DS. I don't know. Oh, you barely make it. You have to touch the block. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I played this old PS2 game about Casper the Friendly Ghost, which I know that sounds retarded, but it's actually a really cool game. And its tutorial is in like the starting area. I think her name's Wendy, the girl who's friends with Casper, tells him verbally what all of the button controls are. And my brother, that like blew his mind. He was like, how could they possibly live? How could people have done this? How could they have created such a thing and thought that it was okay? Oh, he's gonna get away. You can press up.
Oh.
Yeah.
That looks weird.
Yeah. Can't do that in Smash Bros. I play Yoshi. I love Yoshi. If Yoshi was real, I'd go gay for him. I play as Yoshi in all games that have Yoshi. Any game has Yoshi, you can expect me to be Yoshi. if you don't go close enough to where the dude comes down, he's just like, forget it. Probably just stays in the air. Or he just comes back down to wherever he was. What else do we got?
I feel like, yeah, I should switch A and B. Cause I know it.
Ooh, tough luck.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you had a middle ring pretty recently, though, I think.
Yeah.
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 Oh no, I'm going to redo this part.
What a funny dog. What will he say?
I know I've seen that. I can't remember what it was, though.
The dog, or I mean, there's a lot of dogs that say a lot of things.
We're talking about one of those Japanese dogs.
No, not the Japanese dog. There's a recent one. It's like a smaller white dog.
Oh,
Not a fan of the alphabet people. Alphabet people can mean a lot of things.
I
Could
saw
mean
a different
offense.
one than the one you. I saw a different one. I think I posted it in our chat. Oh, gotcha, bitch. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the one you're talking about.
That's the one you posted.
What a funny dog. I wonder what he's going to say.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that version of it. We haven't done any COVID jokes yet. We're too busy talking about Patan.
COVID is no laughing matter.
Don't joke about COVID. Do you know how many people died of COVID
My friend's
and not anything else?
my friend's grandma's uncle died of COVID.
Actually, I don't know any people who were particularly sick or died.
My cat died of COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
His lungs filled up with
I didn't
COVID.
know animals got it.
Yeah, animals can get it. And
Okay.
I think most of the COVID now is in like the deer population. Which is
Interesting.
kind of weird.
I
Like,
wonder if
first
that-
off, how did they?
I assume that wasn't in the plan when they concocted it in the lab in China.
Yeah.
We haven't had a new variant for a little while. I've been thinking like we're probably about due for a new one, but I realized,
Oh, that didn't kill me.
no, the rock doesn't kill you. The rock is a friend. Yoshi's Island is a very happy world. It's a good children's game. They're just these Yoshis are the best. Like, I think Yoshis are maybe the best fictional creature that's ever been created. They're just these like dudes. They're just like out chilling on this island. They don't want to bother anybody. The one time Mario falls. Yeah, I guess they eat people. Yoshi doesn't seem to need to eat things though. Maybe he eats cherries.
He eats chairs.
Cherries. He likes cherries.
I would eat a chair.
What is a chair?
Well, I
Does
think
it have
she's a
to be-
singer.
Does it have to be? Would you eat chair? I don't think I would. She has some good songs, but she's not that attractive.
No.
But that's how you know an artist is actually talented, is if they're not attractive. If they are attractive, then, you know, they might, but they might not be. More likely they're not.
Was
more
she
likely.
attractive at some point, and now she's just like,
Maybe. I mainly know her from that one song. Do you believe in life after love? And I think she was like 40 at that point, so maybe she wasn't attractive anymore. But anyway. So we haven't had a new COVID variant for a while. And I was thinking they're probably waiting before they release the next one to the wild. Or, you know, just maybe they don't even bother making new ones anymore. They probably just like decide to.
let it naturally mutate.
I was gonna
These
say
things, you need to not stick to those.
I was gonna say it just like is propaganda and it doesn't even exist. The variants. That might be hard to pull off though. Maybe they would. It's probably just the same COVID though, and they just keep calling it new names. Because something interesting I've noticed about the left mainly. Yeah, mostly the left, but I guess you could call it like the establishment, but it's basically the left. If they wear something out for too long,
They'll
like
find a new.
they'll call it something new because they know that it isn't good publicity to keep using the same thing for years and years. One good example.
What will they call Black Lives Matter?
They'll probably think of a new organization and just like reinvest everything from Black Lives Matter into it. One good example is global warming. They've called that like 4 different things. Like they mostly say climate change now. There are a few words that they call like those right-wing assholes.
Chud.
Yeah, chud is the latest one. Although that one hasn't really taken off. That's mostly just on the internet, I think. They used, remember a few years ago they said shit lords. That was in like 2016, I think. 2015, 2016. Incels was...
Yeah.
Huh?
I don't know, they're not good insults most of the time.
No, they're not good. Well, we all know the left can't meme, but they sure try. So, incels was the next one, which people have used incel for forever, but not usually in a political context. Like, dudes on the internet called each other incel. It's kind of
What?
like neckbeard or like
That one.
yeah, or virgin. Virgin's too on the nose though, and it's too specific. So incel was better. It's more marketable. Incels, which is like you can use it in various contexts, but whenever they say it, it's
I remember
implied.
someone told me that I was listening to Q, and I need to stop, but I didn't even know what Q was.
QAnon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely outlived what its scope should have been. QAnon. It's like
I don't know.
I've heard.
Like, what is QAnon? I haven't. Like, I know CNN's talked about it, and I think that's like the only
It was
place I've seen it.
a group that started, I guess, on the internet. It was supposedly these 4chan types, but I never saw them talk about it. I've only ever heard like CNN talk about it.
Yeah,
and like boomers.
I've heard people talk about people listening to Q, but I haven't actually.
There's something funny that happens in this level, but I'm not going to tell you about it because I want to see you fall for it.
What?
It'll come up in a sec.
Ooh, money.
We've got to have money. Where do we even... We burned through like 3 different tangents in about 5 minutes. Oh, you barely got out of it. I thought it got you. That was what I was talking about.
Can I get those guys?
No, they're behind. They're hidden behind a wall. I think I was originally talking about COVID. Yeah, so next variant, which may or may not even be real. It might just be like, they might just call it a new name. We're about due for another one, but they're waiting on the midterms. That's what I think. They will vote for midterms in November, and they will want it like in swing by then. Oh, lava's an insta-death.
Rip.
All video games have lava. There are no video games that don't have lava.
Does Nintendogs have lava?
Does cats have lava?
It's true. What do you think happens to the dog after you delete your save file?
Oh no.
They throw it in lava. That's what you do with little dogs.
Oh,
Peter
man.
told me that.
PETA did?
Yeah, they
Mm.
say when you have a dog, or if you steal someone's dog, which they've done, you just something like a shame.
Yeah, if you ricochet, it gives you stars.
For style. Kill someone with
For
style.
style points.
That was your friend, and I killed you with his digested body. Although
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers is just anything to go by, which it, sure. Then they're not dead, they're just in there. They're just thrown at high velocity. Ah. Ah. Oh god. You fall so
Did
fast in this
so
game.
the PETA people told you about the lava?
Yeah.
Were they like
They have a vat of lava at PETA.
were were they like naked except for I don't know,
Yeah, because
like solidified magma? They poured magma over themselves and let it solidify and were otherwise naked, and they said this is what people do to dogs.
if you're making a reference, I don't know what you're saying.
Because they always, every time PETA does like a protest, they're always like showing off their bodies.
Oh yeah.
And I don't really know why. I think it's maybe to attract more attention. They realized that it got them more attention. So they're like, all right, we gotta do this. It's for the animals. Gotta be naked in all of our ads.
That's what the French. Why are you back?
They don't have. There's a very small loading window in this game.
Oh, that's fair. I don't remember if the Super Nintendo has like an internal processor really, or if it's just all done on the cartridge. Because I know the Game Boy is like that.
I don't know. I guess I would explain that though. So yeah, come maybe the one it's swinging by November. So come maybe August, September, we'll hear about some new variant.
Does PETA support eating bugs?
I assume so. Oh, that's a good question.
Because bugs are people too.
One time, Obama swatted a fly in an interview, and PETA was like, "You shouldn't have swatted the fly."
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I think
your body is killing outside invading bacteria every second.
we just have to. We have to kill
need
ourselves.
To give yourself AIDS so your body can't do that.
You know, maybe there's an argument to be made for that. We should all be gay for the sake of the bacteria.
Yeah.
So that we're not harming wildlife. You only get 6.
Why are you gay?
Only get 6.
Oh, there we go.
Probably you get some eggs, but not 6. May have been some eggs, but 6 is too many.
That's based.
That thing's gonna kill. Oh, I thought you were gonna fall on that. I'm realizing there are ups and downs to actually watching each other's screens, because since we're reacting in real time to what the other person's doing, man, that lava's killing you. They've burned through a whole lot of like the cool Greek letters already. Which ones are they gonna do next?
The Megatron variant.
The Megatron variant. the Optimus. The Zeta variant. The Omega variant. The Enigma
Beta
variant. The Beta variant.
Yeah, we'll do that for a week one.
Beta. Gotta get yourself vaccinated for beta. It'll be cool. The gamers will love it. We'll get all the gamers on our side. I think
kids lose days.
They actually probably can't use Omega until they're throwing the towel in on it. Because if it's Omega, then they can't do another one after it. Maybe they will.
That thing's supposed to be.
I don't know. What's it called? It says its name somewhere in the game. One cool thing about Yoshi's Island is there are tons and tons of enemies. If they did like a book on Know Your Foes, like in like the manual. And I remember the manual for Mario Bros. 2. That one had like 50 or 60. And just shoot him. He doesn't die though. You just have to avoid him. He'll come back up in a second.
No, do you leave here?
You probably missed something. You probably have to go back. You probably go up. You go up and you're looking. Oh, the key. You need the key. That's a key right there.
Oh.
You just threw away an egg for more potential eggs to kill more potential eggs. This might be the boss room.
I'm bad at this game.
Or you're close to the boss room, I think. This looks like a almost boss room area.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't use Omega, because if they use Omega, then... This is a room where you have to kill them, and then a flower or something appears, I think. So if you don't care about the flower, then you may as well not waste your eggs.
I can get more. Why'd you put it there?
Try. You might be able to reach it by hovering all the way till the end. Can't call it Omega, because then that would have to be the last one. Maybe. I mean, it doesn't stop Hollywood. If they make like the last movie of the trilogy and they ride off into the sunset, so a few years later they're still going to have like a think tank be like, well, why don't we make another Indiana Jones movie?
Yeah. We'll make her black this time.
Oh man. Yeah. You know, in the last Indiana Jones, they had Shia LaBeouf, who was his son in the movie. He started to put on his hat at the end of the movie, and he was like, give me that, and grabbed it away from him. So I think maybe if it was successful enough, they would have had him be like the new Indiana Jones. But that movie sucked, and nobody wants Shia LaBeouf to be Indiana Jones. That would be no, full stop. This game's like, this boss battle is promoting sexual harassment.
Why?
You're hitting this guy and making his pants fall down in order to beat him. Yeah, now how do you know it's a guy as well? It might be a Wemixin. It might be a how do you pronounce it if you spell it with a Y? It might be a Wemixin. Pulling his pants down in order to win. It's teaching kids to sexually harass people in order to get what they want.
He's supposed to.
There he goes. Yeah, now he turns red because he pulled his pants down. And then he deflates and shoots into the atmosphere.
He exploded.
This is a metaphor for what white cis men are literally doing. Literally, non-figuratively, not metaphorically, literally doing to Wemixin in America.
Yep, we're throwing eggs at them and making their pants fall down.
They're pulling their pants down in order to defeat them and subjugate them under their hierarchy, under their patriarchal hierarchy.
Yes. We should switch games. I'm sick of this.
We didn't start another one. I'll have to manually switch the window.
Go to static.
All right, but oh wait, it's gonna freeze when we do that, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, people look at our thing. We're talking about doing like an intro or something. All aboard the short bus, cruising on down Main Street. You're relaxed and feeling good. Okay, so I'll go back to my screen. Oh shoot, it's not gonna let me do that. I have to close it.
Boy. Oh god, my leg.
My leg!
I love any mod that has that in it.
Alright, looks like you have to look at a blank screen for a second. I have to... What else do we got? We didn't plan to do a third... I didn't plan to do a third game.
I know, I'm just sick of it.
Do the end is nigh. You keep playing these games you're not good at. I'm good at Meat Boy and I'm good at End Ninja. So
It's weird jumping between platformers because you get used to like the weight of the character, and then you go to some other one. And
I should have. Ah! You screwed me up.
rip.
It is still this version.
I don't think it's.
No, it doesn't because I had to switch to the other window. I probably should have left it on that though. Video options.
We're still here. We're just
Yeah,
We're
sorry,
just
sorry, people.
retarded chuds on the show.
We're retarded chuds. A little more. Okay. Ah, why did it do that?
Guess you didn't save it.
Why?
Or I don't know.
Okay. Back. There.
Okay.
Okay. Now switch. Oops.
Very nice. Yeah, maybe we should be across from each other just so we're not distracted by the game.
Maybe. Okay, yeah, we could just watch it on the window. Yeah, that worked better last time, I think.
Oh, I think we should go back to propaganda because the way they do it is interesting.
Okay, we could do propaganda.
Yeah.
So what was I looking at? What was the example that I was talking about?
Well, just back to Russia. Like, it's crazy how everyone is just like automatically on board. Like people will believe anything they see on the TV. It seems like, well, it came from an authoritative news source, so it must be true.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they're prepping for a mushroom cloud, because it seems like they're really trying to instill like Russophobia, I guess, Ruski-phobia.
I think they were maybe just banking on Russophobia. Like they knew all the boomers hate Russia, so.
I mean, everyone likes. Well, not everyone. I don't like FDR. But everyone's like, oh, he's the best president ever. He created Medicare and blah, blah, blah.
He saved us from the Depression.
Yeah, he saved us. And he also put Japanese people in internment camps.
We don't need to think about that. It's important to remember. It's important to focus on the good. You
Also,
have to focus
if
on the good
FDR...
in people.
So, wouldn't FDR be before the supposed party switch to... And obviously he is, because if he created Medicare, then that's not really like a right policy, you know?
How do you get past this part?
Will that thing kill you, or can you?
Yeah, you can stay inside of that area for about 3 seconds. I can't remember how to get past this part. I think I did it before. I'm not sure.
It's like being
Um,
more, but
There's a
it's
really
not.
good example I was thinking about. But the point I wanted to make was like, they weasel whatever message they're looking for into anything else. They don't want. It was propaganda of the past is where you tell people the message that you're trying to send them. In modern propaganda, you stick it into something unrelated and have them talk about it, like Hollywood stars, right? You know, we all trust our good old Hollywood stars, our Marvel superheroes, and So they get them all in like the 2016 election. They got like all these actors to come together and make this video. They're like, you have an opportunity to go out and vote. Talk about voting, you know, from a neutral perspective for about the first 2 minutes of the video. And suddenly halfway through the video, they're like, you have the opportunity to stop a racist, bigoted, evil man from becoming president.
Yeah.
So, like, the point is they get you into what you think is neutral ground and then establish the point they're trying to make as something that has already been agreed upon. Like, and they'll do it even if it's like in a talk show or something as well. They'll say like, so we all know that Trump supporters are all like incels who live in their parents' basement, right? So what do we do to try to help these people have sex so that they stop being incels and stop supporting Trump? Something like that. That's an on the nose example, but it'd be something kind of similar to that.
Yeah, I saw someone break down the SNL formula too. It's like it starts with a premise and then it says that premise like it's just like everyone already accepts it, which is, you know, how you do it.
Yeah.
And then they have, so he'll say that and then he'll say some like wacky statement related to it, like, so we all know that Russians are all evil racists, but have you seen the Russian monster? And then it'll show like, you know, they'll cut to the screen and then they'll have like some guy in a mascot outfit squatting with vodka, and then that guy will be in the crowd and he'll stand up and all the crowd will cheer and applause. That's basically how their formula works. It's basically their message, and then they distract you with, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, that's how you do it. I just discovered.
So wait, you can't run into him?
I remembered it.
From the side, but you can jump on his head?
Yeah, you can jump on his head. It's like Mario. I'm used to Meat Boy where you just can't touch them at all.
Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy. Yeah, I think they put enough effort in to look like they're giving you a neutral standpoint, just enough to like fool idiots, I think, or just enough to make it harder to, I don't know, slightly harder to call them out on it.
So what you're saying is you're an idiot if you're watching CNL. Or any late night.
SNL.
CNN, SNL.
CNL. The combination. That's how you do it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Big titties. Hell yeah.
I hate these things.
Those. Huh.
Oh yeah, this thing will kill you. Ah. Okay, that guy comes up, then the other guy comes up. Ah. Yeah, this is gonna distract me a little bit. They kind of show a very on-the-nose straw-man version of the left argument. Not all the time, but sometimes. Just so they can say, oh yeah, we're making fun of both sides. Like when they did that thing with the Trump, they did a couple on SNL bits about the Trump Hillary debates. So they'd like do very superficial making fun of Hillary, kind of like when somebody is writing a fan fiction with a Mary Sue self-insert character, and they realize after the fact that they have to like give them some kind of character flaws, and they give them some kind of very like minimal apologetic character flaw that is not really, so that was kind of her. They like did something stupid. They made fun of like how she like quoted Michelle Obama and was like, oh yeah, us famous ladies, we have catchphrases. It was very. They did. I think they didn't want the Clintons to be mad at them. They didn't want to say anything actually that would get Hillary mad at them. Because she'd probably have them. They might. Hillary Clinton, if she gets mad at you, she might do something that makes you so sad that you kill yourself by shooting yourself twice in the back of the head.
Yeah. You'll get disinvited from their really awesome party.
And you just have no reason to
on
go
their
on
friend's island, you know?
You don't get to come to our cool party in the blue and white temple on our friend's island anymore. And you'll be like, that's the only thing I had to look forward to. That's the only thing getting me through the week.
Yeah.
And you shoot yourself, do your rapid fire so fast that
the first shot wasn't enough to kill you.
The signal is already sent to your hand before you're even dead.
Yeah.
We were talking before, only autists and alphas see through this propaganda. Which am I? Well, I know I'm an autist. The question is if I'm halfway between or just an autist.
I'm just an autist.
I would like to be an alpha and an autist, but I'm probably just an autist.
You know what is also stupid? It's how I don't know, they ruin people's lives for like just owning drugs. Which, I mean, I don't like drugs particularly, but I don't think...
Can't say I'm a connoisseur.
No, but I don't think sending them to prison is actually going to fix the problem.
No. I think they focus more on sending just the dealers to prison. What the heck?
Yeah.
But you're right, yeah, they do a lot of people in prison for drugs. Just for usage.
Like, I don't... Because I think the problem is they say, oh, drugs will ruin your life, therefore will ruin your life. And that's the same thing with guns. Like, oh, you have this gun that has a barrel that's too short and you might do something bad with that. You might kill someone with that AR that's just a half-inch too short.
If you have
I'm gonna have to send you to prison for 20 years.
Dude, can't have that.
Bro, I'm gonna have to burn your house down and kill all your family. And then
I shouldn't laugh at that, actually. That's terrible.
And then take selfies with the corpses.
Oh, I knew what I had to do and I forgot. I'm just on autopilot again. Sorry, bro. That's... Man, if you're gonna be a terrorist... dude, if you're gonna be a terrorist... I'm just gonna have to burn you and your house down and your family. Like 30 women and children, you know, because we can't have people living outside of the reach of the ATF.
Yeah.
We can't have terrorists. This is America. Come on, this is America. We can't have terrorists. We know what we have to do when the government says that somebody's a terrorist. We have to go invade their home and kill them.
I mean, don't the Swiss make you keep a real assault rifle in your house, though, and you have to maintain it?
You have to?
Yes.
That's pretty based.
Yeah, I think it's... What gun is that again? I think it's the FNC.
Oh, I think I know what's going on here.
Are those farts that you're...
It's apocalypse gas.
Apocalypse gas.
These games are a prediction of the future. Someday we'll all be like Meat Boy and this guy, whatever his name is.
And we'll have to jump on walls.
Have to learn to wall jump or you can't survive. Look how nimble and agile Meat Boy is, and look at this loser. He can't get over this damn spike at the start of the level. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Dude.
Dude, best I can do is shooting your son and your dog and your wife while she's holding your baby.
Yeah. I'm just so traumatized for that thing that I did. Okay, maybe, but they didn't seem traumatized at the time. Their big smiles on their faces.
The ATF at Waco?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't just the ATF, it was also the FBI. But
I was talking about Ruby Ridge just now, but yeah, we can still talk about Waco. Is the FBI as well?
yeah.
Do I have to jump on their head?
I think they kill you.
I think they kill me. I probably have to go into the water, but I think I die after about 2 seconds in the water. Oh, maybe I could get out before they, oops. The heck? Well, I almost survived. Can't see myself while I'm inside the thing. There we go.
There's swimming in this game.
Yeah, he's swimming a little bit.
Meat boy can't swim.
Also, cops get away with the slap on the wrist a whole lot of the time. The Philip Brailsford dude.
Yeah.
Shot that guy while he was crawling. Like, crawl! Keep your hands in front of you.
Yeah, wouldn't it make more sense to just say put your hands up and then approach him?
Put your hands in the air, now crawl! Yeah, and they shot the guy like 20 times. With
Yeah,
the
because
AR.
you can totally carry a pistol on basketball shorts.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
pants
that's
will fall down doing that.
The dude definitely wanted some action and was like, oh boy, some action.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would not be friends. That guy would not be friends with me if I were to ever meet him. Yeah, cops, they do shit like that, and the city and the police force will make excuses for them. But that
it's
one,
pretty incriminating when your AR says "get fucked" on it.
yeah. There's that other lady cop a year or two ago who shot a dude, and they were like, there was an unintentional discharge of a firearm. You remember that?
Which one?
They were,
The one in the car?
yeah, the dude was in the car. They were trying to get him to come out of the car, and he was sort of like resisting.
Yeah.
Sort of. Which you shouldn't resist, cops. Which I would know all about that. But that's another funny story. Maybe we'll tell that story sometime. Yeah, you should not resist cops. But the lady cop, I shouldn't emphasize that it was a lady, but maybe that makes it kind of funnier.
Makes it funny.
We weren't taught proper firearm safety. Please don't do anything scary.
Like getting in your car,
Yeah.
trying to drive away.
Yeah, well, he's gonna get away. Kill him.
Yeah.
Man, you don't have much freaking time to get through that.
Do you use that sign?
It'd be hard to get up. You can't get it up too far.
Hey, bunk.
Heyo.
Hey, I'm walking here.
Just trying to get through this post-apocalyptic wasteland. They won't let me be. Oh my gosh. And maybe I'm holding space too long.
Please stop praying for Ukraine.
Hey, Ukraine is killing too many people. You need to stop praying for them.
They have Nazis in their ranks.
Well,
Although, who knows?
yeah. Ukraine is winning, but we also need to send our army to support them.
Yeah, Ukraine is winning, but for some reason the Russians are further inland now.
Ukraine is winning, but I wonder if the achievement notification appears on stream.
I don't know.
Okay.
Should we wrap this up soon?
Yeah, probably. I think we've been going for close to an hour and a half now. I know we'll probably make it an hour-ish to an hour and a half in the future. Last week Jeff had to go earlier.
Yeah.
Yep. That's annoying.
Rip. I like the art in this game, though.
I do in all of these games. They have cool art. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah. So in that case as well, it was the same thing.
Of course,
They're like
having Nazi soldiers does not exactly justify invading a country, but
no, I think Putin probably said that just to so people.
well, you know what does? Ukraine has weapons of mass destruction. Ooh, they've got biolabs. Ooh.
Did you know that Ukraine has weapons of mass? As soon as Ukraine says that they aren't going to join NATO, they're we're concerned that Ukraine actually has weapons of mass destruction, and then the U.S. invades it 2 days later. And this time all the
No, they wouldn't do that because Ukraine doesn't have oil.
And then they put up billboards and have everybody on Twitter be like, we need to stop Ukrainian missile development.
They'll have the TikTokers change their message. They're literally doing that. Their White House is
Getting TikTokers to be their propaganda outlet.
Yeah.
I can't say I'm super shocked.
The kids these days, they watch the TikTok.
They watch the TikTok.
You know, it
with all the bipping and the... Oh, Bill Cosby, that's one I need to work on. With all the bipping and the bopping, and I'm pretty sure... No, I'm not even going to try. I haven't practiced that at all. I can't even remember in my head what he sounds like.
Ooh, you know, the kids.
With all the... You know, the kids.
Oh,
Now, what do you think of... What do you think of Ukraine?
The kids like
Ukraine is bad.
Oh, you're gonna deny our second greatest ally.
Our second greatest ally.
Oh, we need to send money to
I think that Ukraine is.
Oh, I'm
rebel.
gonna have to kill you now.
I think that
I'm
Ukraine.
gonna take you to my dungeon, you see. This is where I keep all my special pills.
All the
One's
really
for my dick
all the
and
really
the
good
one's for the ladies.
all the really good kids get to go to my dungeon. I can't do it very well.
Ooh, you know Michael Jackson had a dungeon like this as well. Ooh, you see.
I think that Ukraine needs to stop developing nuclear missiles.
Oh, you see. Like I said, dungeon time for you. Send in the next child. Maybe I won't eat them. You think Bill Cosby eats children?
Is Bill Cosby even guilty? Maybe he just was too based and they had to deactivate him.
I don't think he said anything based.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he's up the alley of the typical Hollywood people with all their pleasure dungeons.
Pleasure dungeon. Would you own a pleasure dungeon?
Would I own a pleasure dungeon?
Yeah. What would you put in your pleasure dungeon?
Not 14-year-old girls, that's for sure.
I know what I'd put in my pleasure dungeon. I'd put guns in it. And also, maybe some birds, I guess. I like birds.
That's what an actual dangerous terrorist has in their pleasure dungeon.
Yeah. This rifle's too short. Or at least maybe we think it's too short, so we're gonna kill you anyway.
As long
it's
as
not actually too short. But.
As long as you're famous, you can have 14-year-old girls and boys if you're into that in your pleasure dungeon. But if you have guns in your pleasure dungeon, then we're gonna come burn your pleasure dungeon and anybody who happens to be inside it to the ground.
Yeah. Who's that? The actor that said he was gay after.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good one. Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah. Here, let's get my channel banned for real now.
Yeah, he's gonna have us killed for.
He's gonna have us killed. That's fine. It'll save me the trouble.
Like all
Come
the,
get me, Kevin Spacey. I
Like
want.
all of his accusers have died somehow.
I don't mind Kevin Spacey. Come and get me in a supposed car crash. Yeah, he raped a boy, and after it came out, he was like, "Oh, I'm actually gay, and I'm on a soul-searching journey, and I have to discover myself."
Hey, where are all the stupid boomers on Facebook saying, "Where was she when I was a kid?" You don't say that for Kevin Spacey, do you faggots?
Where was she when I was? What are you referencing?
Yeah, anytime there's like an older woman rapes a kid, usually a teacher, because teachers do that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, definitely women get away with it more because people are like, "Oh well, he probably wanted it."
I mean,
It's definitely. I won't deny. Men and women are different. All right, as much as we'll get canceled for saying that, and there's a dynamic between men and women, and it's maybe a little different when it's an older woman with a younger, like maybe teenage boy, than it is with an older man and a teenage girl. My personal opinion, but obviously, at least before the law, obviously it's still the same thing. So yeah. Anyway, Kevin Spacey. Did you want to opine on that? Otherwise, I'm going to go back to Kevin Spacey.
yeah, it's Kevin Spacey.
Okay. Kevin Spacey time.
Yeah.
He rapes a kid and he's like, "Oh, I'm on a soul-searching journey and I'm gay now."
Where was Kevin Spacey when I was a kid? I wish Kevin Spacey raped me.
Man, I wish he'd rape me. Oh, Kevin Spacey. Oh, yeah.
He's such a good actor.
He's such a good actor. I want his horizontal mamba.
You think he's got a little dick?
Oh yeah, for sure. Fortunately for some, but
Well, at least there's always.
Fortunately
a silver
for
lining.
at least-
his dick isn't big enough to actually hurt the kids.
for at least 4 kids and probably a few more who were probably too scared after he assassinated all of the kids who accused him. So he was accused by 3 or 4 different people who I think were child. Oh, that sucks so much. How do you even do that? Is there? No, I don't think you can sprint in this game.
You can't.
My goodness. No, I don't think so.
Well,
It should be shift if it is. Can I see? Let me look at the controls. About 3 or 4 different people accused him, and all of them died in car crashes, like immediately after, or at least before they could appear in court over it. Like, they're not even trying to hide it. They probably want people to know, like, hey, if you mess with somebody too high up in the hierarchy in Hollywood or whatever, then it's lights out for you. I don't think there's a sprint. Nope, you just have to get a really good running start. Oh my gosh, I screwed that up. Might wrap this up pretty soon anyway. So yeah, come and kill me, Kevin Spacey. I don't care. Save me the trouble. Free me from this mortal coil.
Rip in peace.
Yeah. Surprised that wasn't the same for Harvey Weinstein. Maybe after like the 15th woman came out, they're like, maybe we should let this guy take a fall.
Yeah, it's weird that Meryl Streep was all for it. But also, you know, she referred to Harvey Weinstein as God, so, you know.
This is the first I've heard of that. What was that?
So, it was at some award show, something that I wouldn't, like, watch, so obviously I didn't know about it. But she referred to Harvey Weinstein as
A
the big
god
man.
of cinema.
Yeah.
Or just God. Just say he is God. He is God.
Yeah, she called him God.
That
But
was too
you
smart.
know,
I shouldn't have done that.
it's whatever. Everyone's putting on a face over there.
In Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime Hollywood tells you to do something, you can pretty safely assume that the opposite is what you should do.
But we should listen to what they have to say about morals and politics.
Yeah. If they come together and make like a big compilation of Hollywood actors telling you to do a certain
Imagine no religion. Yeah, everyone in our tax bracket will sing to you. Okay, let's wrap this up.
That's a good time to wrap up because I don't know. Oh, there's a cloud.
There's ghosts.
Probably disappears. Oh, it falls.
I like the ghosts.
Spooky ghosts.
They're cute.
Okay. Well, we're going to call it with that. So if we're dead next week, then it was Kevin Spacey. Not like anything's going to
I have
happen
no
to him.
suicidal tendencies at all.
Well, Jeff doesn't have any suicidal tendencies, so if Jeff dies, then it was Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
And
So I have a treasure that only I know about. I have the key to it in my head. It's a 400 symbol long hash in order to get to it. And I haven't written it anywhere.
Is that supposed to dissuade him?
Yeah.
He's going to come and try and beat it out of you before he kills you.
Well, I'd have to remember it first.
I think Kevin Spacey.
I know how to find out how to know what it is.
I don't think Kevin Spacey needs any more money. I think he just needs to not be accused of rape by any more people.
They all want more money.
I suppose so, yeah.
I want more
Do
money.
you have enough money to
Yeah.
sway Kevin Spacey to not kill you immediately?
Yep.
All right.
It's in Bitcoin.
So we're thinking of doing this regularly on Saturdays. I mentioned before I was trying to announce it, but it doesn't look like that option is available to me. But maybe I will figure out how to do the scheduling feature, and we'll do that so that maybe people will actually see it.
Yeah. We'll try to do it earlier in the morning, just so like it can be watched later.
Yeah.
Can you
Or-
jump off the ghost?
I don't know.
Or will he just kill you? Yeah, they'll kill you.
Yeah, they just kill you. Or whenever that is in the middle of the night for all you Europeans. We're not going to translate the time to UTC or whatever
Zulu time.
whatever base 10 time system that you Europeans use.
They use Zulu time.
They use, yeah.
We need a global standardized time. We need it divisible by 100, so one day will be 1 unit, and then divide that day by 100.
By 100, and then
yeah.
another unit that's divided by 10. It always has to be base 10, and this will be part of the metric system.
Yeah.
And then the Americans who use the old minute-hour system will just be like,
We'll ridicule them.
well, stupid Americans using
How
it.
dare you invent the system that we use?
Charges at you.
This is like a ninja. Oh, it looks. To be honest, it looks.
What the heck? He does it sporadically. He sometimes doesn't come right at you.
It's probably a timer before he starts again.
I'm not sure how to beat this level anyway, so let's call it that. Yeah, so we'll maybe figure out a consistent time, but sometimes our schedules are weird, so we will see. But next Saturday, we're watching for it.
Oh, the grandma!
Ukraine!
Oh, you gotta support Ukraine, you see. You gotta buy something in support of Ukraine. What if the stream just stopped like an hour into it, and we were just talking like idiots?
That would be super funny, and I would laugh really hard.
The stream's off, right?
Yeah, so now we can talk about how much we love Russia and are going to join the Russian army.
I sure love Russia and hate our watchers.
I hope that nobody watches next week because I hate all of my subscribers.
Yeah. I hope they die today.
Anyway, let's go enlist in the Russian army now. Now that we're done streaming.